Welcome back to another short Legacy League where we have Green-White Lands versus Yorion, Death and Taxes. Again, a huge thank you to the Patreon supporters who are helping the league and YouTube channel. If you would like to become a supporter, please click on the link in the show notes. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'm back on camera yet again. I kept 7 and Connor kept 6. I'm on the play, and we're in a great matchup versus Green-White Lands versus Yorion Black-White Death and Taxes. So it's going to be a pretty interesting match here. I hope you're in for it. A long time for 32 minutes and 12 seconds of ravishing gameplay that will keep you on the edge of your seat the entire time. I hope that's true. So, with Connor's Black and White Death and Taxes deck, some couple things that are new to this from the previous just all-white Death and Taxes is, you guessed it, Orcish Bowmasters are now in the deck, as well as that Canopech Scarab Swarm and 4 Thoughtseizes. It's really about the difference in the main deck in terms of cards. Some things have been shaved down, but he's added in some fetch lands, 4 Aera Maces, 4 Marsh Flats, 4 Prismatic Vistas, and he added in a couple dual lands with 1 Savannah and 3 Scrub lands and a basic Swamp and a Windswept Heath. That's your main deck differences. For my deck, it's exactly the same as it's been because I'm too lazy to change it and I'm stuck in my ways. Also, I don't have any cards to put in there, so it is what it is. Well, looking back on the field here, we've got some Urza Saga madness going on with some Sylvan Library and some Thalia shit. It's pretty interesting. We've got 3 cards coming off that Sylvan Library, those being Wasteland, Exploration, and Sphere of Resistance. So I choose to take the Wasteland here, thinking that I know what I'm doing. But after we draw, we make another construct when this rolls up to 3. And just try and continue the construct beatdown. So get a Retrofitter Foundry off of that. Do get a Caracas, so I can bounce that Thalia back at the end of turn, or during his turn, or whatever. I'm not quite sure when I do it, but I'm sure I do use it at some point. Connor plays a Flicker Wisp here, targeting my construct, which doesn't make me very happy because I'm going to try and kill him soon, and that doesn't help at all. We get to send that Thalia back to his hand, though, with the wrong side 90 degrees on the Caracas, so that's fantastic. We got a trigger on that Sylvan Library again, Elvish Reclaimer, Exploration, and Sphere of Resistance, floating that Exploration and Sphere, because they're stuck on top of my deck. Take the Reclaimer here, and hope we can do some damage with it. Got another Urza Saga, which is all part of my game plan all along. And we'll play this Reclaimer, and hopefully it doesn't get Swords of Plowshared or Solituded like we see in his hand. There's another Elvish Reclaimer as well, and we'll attack for 2, hoping to trade with that Flicker Wisp. We can make it a 3/3 if we want, but it still doesn't matter. He takes the 2 damage and passes it along, and we'll go back over to his turn after he fetches a Scrubland, and then he's going to take out one of my Reclaimers right away with the Swords of Plowshare. So, my game plan again in this matchup is to make as many constructs as possible and kill him dead before he gets into a good Yorion loop that really just punishes me. He does have a Wasteland in hand, which does take me off the Saga. I would be able to make a Servo in response to that, but my Elvish Reclaimer does have Summoning Sickness, so I'm not going to be able to do very much with that. He'll swing over for 3, and I'll take it like the man that I am. So see what else he does with that. Open 4 mana. He does have a Solitude. He does have another Thalia. There's 5 mana. And he hard casts a Solitude, targeting my other Reclaimer. So I'll gain a whopping 1 life. And he is in pretty good control of this board state. I'll make a Servo. And we'll go back over to my side. See a trigger on that Sylvan Library again. Wasteland and Exploration. We're going to take it this time. We're going to take 4 damage. That way we can truly get something going on this board state. Take the Exploration and the Wasteland. I believe I have another Wasteland in my hand, and that's really, I think, going to make the difference here. So get this Exploration on the battlefield, and then play double Wasteland, and then I think I Wasteland him off of his 2 lands. Wasteland and I think a Scrubland. That way he can't cast Yorion next turn with that Flicker Wisp and that Solitude on the battlefield. And then I think I attacked for 3 here. Hoping to trade for... No attacks. I don't know why I didn't attack. I guess I don't know what I was scared of. I could have attacked with that construct and made him block with that solitude and given myself even faster clock here. It looks like he doesn't draw another land, so it puts me in pretty good shape here. Thalia, which I can take care of with the Caracas the following turn, but I want to make a construct at end step here. Because again, the game plan here is constructs, 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 and making lots of them. See a trigger on that Sylvan Library, picking it up. A Thespian Stage, still have the 2 spheres on top, but this time we'll be able to make a construct and then shuffle the library, so those will definitely go away. And I get a Mox Diamond, so I have a little bit more mana to play with here. I have a Thespian Stage and a Ghost Quarter, it looks like, in my hand. And now we can get attacked for quite a bit of damage. I believe that is 12 damage. Of course, I didn't bump that back to his hand, which would have been really smart on my side, considering I didn't do anything. But I think I might have been thinking about making a servo or something like that. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't send that back to his hand. Pretty good control of this board state at this point, and I think that there's not much he can do. Double Wasteland was really tough on him. He's just taking a Ponder. And I believe he actually packs it up here in just a second. Yes, he does. We'll see game number 2.
If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.
Game number 2, both of us have kept 6, and Connor's on the play this time as I gave him a straight lashing in game number 1. Some things that we could bring in against each other past the sideboard. For Connor, it would be Lorien Revealed, Surgical Extractions, and Battle of the Baywater, as well as Rest in Peace, are really good against me. From my side, I would bring in 4 Swords of Plowshares, a Haywire Might, and a Torpor Orb, and a Tower of the Magistrate. Tower of the Magistrate is in my deck for this matchup in particular, as well as getting through artifact decks when they have those. I get to Thoughtseize, and he's going to take my Swords of Plowshare and play another Aether Vial. Back over to my turn. I don't have very much going on. I do have a Saga in hand, but I don't have any acceleration to really get myself going here. I'll play the Saga and roll it up to 1, and then pass it over to his turn. So we'll see some Aether Vials tick up 1 and 2, and then we'll see him fetch with that Marsh Flat, getting a basic Plains, playing a Lorien Lorien of the Third Path, and blowing up my Urza Saga. So my game plan has already been severely interrupted here against this Death and Taxes deck, and I think the only thing I can do really is get my Loam going here to try and get that Saga back and try and actually win something here. I got an Exploration into a Wasteland on his Scrubland. So that is a good start, I guess, but I mean, realistically, he's got the Vials going, and that's going to be pretty tough for me to deal with unless I find there's Rest in Peace, so that completely destroys my Loam in my hand. I probably should have brought in Force of Vigors as well into this match, but I don't think I actually did side those in against him. I did side out the Sphere of Resistance, though, because I found those to be, sometimes it'd kill me more than it'd kill him. There's the Blast Zone, which will take him off of these Vials, and another Urza Saga. I think I do go ahead and decide to pop this Blast Zone now, which does hurt my Exploration, my Shadow Spear, but it takes him off his Vials as well. So we're almost a parity mana-wise, but he does have that Lorien in his hand as well as the Rest in Peace. Taps the Lorien for both of us to draw a card. And he finds a Wasteland for my other Saga. Now I am big sad, and he is attacking for 2 every turn. This feels like a vintage game more than a legacy game with that 2-1 out there just kicking the crap out of me. So I decided to play the Tabernacle and pass it back over to him. Hopefully he doesn't have a Wasteland. I believe he does not. I'll have to go through the game and see. He makes us both draw a card, and then it's back over to his turn. He's got a Tabernacle, and he chooses to pay for it. Oh, God. And he finds a Caracas as well. Definitely watching after the game's been played or whatever, seeing what he has in his hand just makes me feel like getting absolutely dumpstered here. He goes and gets a basic swamp, plays a Stoneforge Mystic, and also gets a Cauldron. Makes it a little bit more difficult for me to actually do anything. I definitely need a crop rotation, which I think I did just find. We have a Stoneforge Mystic and Yorion on. So he's going to choose to activate the Stoneforge in response to the Tabernacle trigger, put the Cauldron in, and then he's going to pay for the Yorion. And now he has some stuff to really do here. And he happens to play the Crocus as well, which is really tough because I could have just gone for 2020 there. But them's the breaks, I suppose. If I had double crop rotation, I might be able to do it, but I don't. I'm thinking about probably going to get a Tower of the Magistrate here to take him off this Cauldron, which is what I do. I rotate away the Thespian Stage and I target the Germ, not the Cauldron, making it fall off the Cauldron because that's protection from artifacts. And I'll take 2, and we're still trying to make it through this game. I've lost 2 sagas so far, and there's a Crocus in play. I'm not able to do very much with that. I have another Thespian Stage, but I don't have another crop rotation to make it 2020. He does let us draw another card. I guess it's probably the plus side, is he did let me draw a bunch of cards in this match. He pays for the Yorion off the Tabernacle. He has another Stoneforge in his hand as well. Attacks me for 2. I can make 20. I could make 2020s, but now there's a Wasteland out as well. Never-ending story here. Found the Swords of Plowshare. Doesn't have the Crocus up. I'll go ahead and put the depths in like I'm going to do something with it. He also has a Solitude in his hand, which makes it pretty difficult. Go ahead and play the Expedition map. That's really about all I got going on. This game is pretty tough. We both draw another card, and his card draws are much more live than mine are with that Rest in Peace out. We'll see his swords on the Yorion. Lets it go. I don't want him to have it. But I think that screws up my turn here because he's able to... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm actually kind of tired too, so if you guys are actually watching this and paying attention, I'd probably just turn the volume down because all I'm doing is just babbling at this point. You just enjoy, like, the editing or something along those lines. Another fucking Yorion blowing up my map. I think I choose to, like, activate the map here, which then turns on this Wasteland to blow up some shit of mine. I think he Wastelands my Tabernacle. So he turns Tabernacle off, which is good for him. Another 2 mana. Makes me sad. Plays a Stoneforge. I think he gets a Batterskull here. Yes, he does. And I don't really have shit going on right now. He's tapped out. Makes me wish I had something to throw. Recruiter's Guard. He has Yorion. He has so many things happening here that it's really difficult for me to actually do anything. Because he can Yorion. He needs a Wasteland to take off my tower. He plays beautifully. Connor, I love playing against Connor. It's probably one of my favorite people to play against, just because he challenges me so much to, like, be a better player. And this matchup is like as old as time, I guess, for Death and Taxes versus Lands. So it always makes me feel good. I'm like, fuck it, let's make a 2020 here. And if you're wondering how to make a 2020, I've illustrated here with you in crayon on how to make a 2020. this is also a playmat that is on sale. So here's the 2020. I believe he plays the Swords Plowshare. I immediately go up to 28, and my fate is pretty much sealed in this game. So, not great for me. I think I find a Saga or something along those lines, play it, and then I think he has a Wasteland or some shit like that, and the game ends pretty quickly from here. Alright, so he untaps, and I think this is where he just starts dumpstering me all over the place. Plays a Flicker Wisp, targeting his Yorion, which will then cause me to, scoop. We made it this far. We're now in game number 3. We both kept 7, and I'm on the play because Connor absolutely destroyed me in game number 2, much like game number 1 I did to him. So I do get my patented Mox Diamond Urza Saga start, which makes me very happy. Only thing that would have made me a little happier is I would have had Exploration there or a Sylvan Library to play on my turn 1. Saga's going to tick up to 2. And I am well on my way to making constructs, especially with that Thespian stage. So, back over to Connor, who plays Prismatic Vista, and sacks that and his Arid Mesa, getting 2 lands, and playing his Stoneforge Mystic, going to get a Lion Sash, which makes me big sad, because Lion Sash can tear my ass up pretty easily in this match. So, make another construct, go get a Pithing Needle, and name Lion Sash, because I'm not trying to get my graveyard absolutely destroyed while that Lion Sash grows bigger and bigger. So, we'll attack for 4, Connor's going to take it, and then we will go back over to his turn and see what he has. Finds a Wasteland just in time for my Saga to tick away, uses that Arid Mesa, and cast the Battle of Bywater, which is insanely good against me, and blows up both my constructs, and gives him a food token as well. So now I'm going to have to completely rebuild my entire board, which doesn't make me very happy. I do at least have a Life from the Loam to get that Dark Depths and Urza Saga back, and I get to replay my Saga. He did draw a Wasteland his last turn, so I imagine we'll probably see that this turn. And the Pithing Needle is prominent there, but there's the Wasteland, and he lets me keep my Saga, which again makes me pretty happy. I'm slow rolling it the whole time, any second now he's just going to Wasteland me, and I'm going to lose it. So I do get the Dark Depths, so that Wasteland is now stuck on just Dark Depths Duty, which is kind of nice. I also said Duty, so that's pretty cool. He's going to play a Batterskull and play a Germ, and it pops out a Germ. So back over to Connor's side. He can attack me for 4 here, and I can't really do shit about it. He finds a Caracas, so now my 2020 is turned off as well. But at least we get to make a construct, and it's 3/3. Connor has his patented Evid Elfie Gripped going still. Get to make another construct, and I get a Haywire Might. I need to edit that. You won't know that, but I'll need to edit that. It's now been edited, so yeah, that's fixed. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I feel like I'm in control, but I'm also not really in control of this game. I do have constructs. I have Haywire Might. I didn't play the Haywire Might correctly, I guess. Or didn't play the land for the Haywire Might correctly. I don't know why I played a Wasteland over everything else. Chooses to Wasteland my stage, which is pretty smart. I Wasteland his Caracas. He floats a mana. Swords of Plowshare is my Haywire Might. I get to gain that life. I'm pretty happy about that. And then I actually forget. Oh, I do. All right, Connor took care of it for me. And he attacks me for already blocks, and then they trade, and that was a whole ordeal. It felt like that was 3 turns of play action, and it was really just 1. So, it's fucking awesome. Plays in his Lion Sash, which is, yeah. See him fetch with a Windswept Heath, getting another basic plains, and he plays that Canopec Scarab Swarm, which takes out my graveyard, gives him 3 of them dudes, which is pretty good. I don't know where those dudes went, but alright. But now we got the tabernacle shit going on, and you can enjoy that. I'm actually going to stop recording and just let you guys watch the game, and I'll cue in if there's something fun happening at this point, because, yeah. All right, now that you had a moment of peace from me, this isn't where I thought it was, so never mind. I'll come back in just a minute. Just kidding. Now that you've had a moment of peace from me, minus that other piece, here's where I start punting really hard, because I think the tabernacle's still out, even though I carp rotated it away, and I pay for my creatures for the next few turns, which in hindsight, I think I may have been able to win the game if I wasn't being a fucking idiot here, just because I could like make it 20/20 and all kinds of other things. But I kept tapping my mana like a buffoon, paying for a tabernacle that wasn't in play. And yeah, you'll be able to see that. I'll let you keep watching. I also, after a few minutes here, I get pretty tired of editing the video in terms of like putting all the shit up on screen. So you'll notice me being lazy there too. It's a 30-minute video. I mean, I'm a human. That's all you can really do. Also, like, if I wouldn't have paid for that fucking tabernacle there, I could have equipped the Shadow Spear, but I'm an idiot. The good news is Connor, I think, was also paying for it, so that's a win for me too. Now here's a mistake I made coming up. I Swords of Plowshare this Recruiter of the Guard, and I probably shouldn't have. I should have just waited until he played the Yorion targeting it. But I don't know what I was thinking about here that made me do it right then. I know, like when I was playing the next match, I thought to myself that this was a mistake, and I think it was a mistake. I probably should have let him think that he was going to get the ability to use the recruiter, but I'd Swords of Posture instead. Again, I don't know what I was thinking there, but you do get to see me make a 20/20 right now, and you get to read how to do that as well one more time. So I've got my 20/20, and I'm thinking, I'm in pretty good shape here. I can give it protection. I can also, I don't know what I'm thinking here. I think I can give it protection and get past the colorless flyers here, even if he plays the Yorion. That's why I loam to get those lands out of the graveyard and put the back of my hand so he doesn't get a whole bunch of different flyers. And then I'm like, I can use the Crocus to bounce the whatchamacallit. I probably should have played the Tabernacle instead of the Wasteland to maybe make him pay. And that's actually, that's what I was thinking. I should have played the Tabby instead of the Wasteland. The Wasteland doesn't do shit. And if I had played the Tabby instead of the Wasteland, he would at least have to pay 3 mana for the Recruiter that I shouldn't have swordsed, and then he wouldn't have mana available to him to eat those 2 foods that I forgot were on the battlefield as well, which gives him 24 life instead of, being dead. So, yeah, that's my mistake there. It was a good game nonetheless, and I had fun playing with Connor. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.